Well, thank you for setting up the meeting with me today, Allison. I really appreciate you reaching out to me to talk about the dissection that's coming up next semester. What did you want to know?
Well, like I mentioned in my email, I was hoping I would be able to do an alternative assignment.
I'm wondering why.
Well, there are a few reasons, including the threatened frog populations, but it's mostly because I just don't want to cut up the frog.
You know what? You're not alone. Most students feel a little squeamish at first cutting up the frog, but by the end they feel really secure and they actually enjoy it. So I'm going to ask you to participate, and if you're still uncomfortable as we move through it, then you can just observe and your lab partner can do all the cutting.
Actually, I'd really rather not be in the room at all during the dissection. I'm just not comfortable killing animals for that dissection.
Well, you don't have to kill the animal. I ordered them from a company and they're already dead.
Yes, but they were killed specifically for us to dissect. And I know there are certain things you're trying to teach us through the dissection, but there are some great alternatives out there that can teach me the same thing without actually having to cut up the frog. When I was researching them, I found there are actually 14 states, plus the District of Columbia, that allow students to choose an alternative to dissection.
Well, that's interesting, and I didn't know that. But the thing is, there really is no good alternative for cutting into an organism with real scientific instruments.
I see your point, but if I do choose a medical career, I can always learn those skills during my training.
And I see your point. You know, I guess I probably do have some videos of dissection that you could watch.
Great. I found this list online that has some great alternatives. A lot of them are actually free.
Huh. Wow, this frog model looks kind of interesting. It even has removable parts. I think your fellow classmates might get something out of this as well.
Great. Do you want me to call and reserve the model?
Actually, I appreciate that, but why don't you let me do it? I see a few other things on here as well that might be helpful.
Great, thanks. Thank you so much for meeting with me on this. I really appreciate that you're working with me.
And I appreciate how maturely you handled your concern. Thank you, Allison.